Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be attempting to do another step in my Preptober process, which is actually going to be create a map of my fantasy world for Project Death. Now this is actually something that was voted on by my patrons over at Patreon. People really want to see a map. I really want to see a map, but I've never made a map before, right? So I'm nervous, I guess. Something to note is that I've actually heard of two resources that I could use. Incarnate, where should I put the emphasis on that word? I don't know. And Wonder Draft. Now, I'm actually going to use Incarnate today because one, the world in which Project Death takes place is actually relatively simple, all things considered. My main character starts out in the sticks, goes on a bit of a travel to the capital, and the capital isn't too difficult other than like the actual palace is built into this castle side. There's a lot of sand dunes all around everywhere. It's very desert-y landscape, but all in all, it's a very small world. It's a small world after all. I am so sorry. Did you see that immediate regret in my eyes? Oh my god. So we're gonna try Incarnate. The pros and cons I've heard from my friends Becca and Phoebe is that Incarnate is a free site, but it does not have a reverse key, which as someone who zero drafts and often mostly kind of pantses stuff in order to get a feel for it, I don't know that this is going to be in my skill wheelhouse. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw by hand what I think the map should look like, and then I'm going to transfer it to the Incarnate website. The other option, Wonder Draft, is paid, and I know from Becca that you can actually use it in your self-published books, but Project Death is not one that I currently have any plans to self-publish, as it's just going to be a standalone, and that's kind of my current divide on how I feel about the trad pub versus self-pub world. So Incarnate it is. Let's frickin' do this, but first let's draw by hand. Some of y'all may have seen before the travesty that is me attempting to draw. I need a piece of paper. Ta-da! I don't have a lot of hope for this by hand drawing, but that's the whole point of this. I gotta try a couple times before I can succeed. I have seen the maps that some people have created from these websites and they are incredible. So if I could even do half that, really, I'd be off to a better start than I am now. With my assortment of pins, we are going to draw. All right, how do I want to do this? This is definitely a castle. Yikes. So this is not to scale. That's gonna be part of the thing I think I'm gonna have to figure out on the map, because I have a good idea for where the capital is, and I have a good idea for where my main character starts in what's not so affectionately termed as the sticks. The squiggles were meant to show the sand dunes, the mini sand dunes. So the capital is actually built into a grid system, and this is very important because the farther away you get from the capital, the less and less resources there are. And also this is a walled city. And now there's actually further places out in the dunes away from the capital even than where my main character had lived all her lives in the sticks. So I think I can come up with some sort of representation of that, I hope. What would actually be nice, and again, because I've never used this before, I don't know if this is possible, but what would be really nice is if I could have like a close-up version where you just see the capital for part of it, and also like I could do a more thorough drawing of the sticks, and then like a far off view, you know, so I could like zoom in, and then I don't know what the capabilities are. I might have to do more of this like representational sand dunes, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay, we're going to create, we'll just do standard. I don't need it to be, oh my gosh, what is happening? Oh, what? Okay. There's even a little castle image here, which is cool. I would like to, is this like a zoom in, zoom out kind of thing? Wow, I know nothing. We'll just go ahead and put a castle in the side, but like toward the corner. What? Push to front. Ooh, very cool. Okay. What are you? Oh, what did I do? You know, the problem with there not being a delete button on this is that can I just control Z it? Oh no, you can't control Z it. Okay, they were right. You really have to know what you're doing. So we're gonna pretend that this is a mountain. And castle's actually built into the mountain, right? So theoretically where the castle is right now doesn't work. Shoot, should I just start over? Oh no. Okay, this is fine. Should I just learn what the tools are first? I feel like that's what I should do. What are you? Oh, maybe you're in a race. You're not in a race. What is this? Oh, land, ocean, parchment. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, okay, okay. Select. Oh, can I move the guy that I have? That's cool. All right, we'll pretend he's there and I didn't F up what I did before. Is there any way to subtract? So, okay, this isn't an undo button, but it's close to an undo button. Yikes. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna build the mountain first. And again, I 100% think the problem is me and not this thing. Oh, he's an upside down castle. No, he's not. Okay, now can I make him bigger? Hell yeah, I can. Okay, he's a big ass castle. Is there an option for sand dunes? This is a very particular thing. Me, there's a mountain option that I didn't know about. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. How do I draw it though? Am I the dumbest person? Why can't I subtract? Why can't I figure this out? We're going to just add it on top of the castle and the thing that I've already done. Oh my god, it actually, you know what? It looks pretty cool now. So then I can select that one and frickin' delete them. Go away. You don't belong here. Delete. Okay, cool. And then I think I might... I want to select the guy that I have and I want to bring him to the front. Yes! Okay. Is it great? Is it perfect? No, but wow, that's so much better than what I had before. And need I not show you how much better it is? Okay. We're gonna flash forward a little bit. I don't know how I'm gonna cut this, but this has been 5 minutes and 45 seconds of me struggling. So, yay. Okay, so I'm realizing a couple of things now that I have a thing that kind of more or less looks like the capital that I'm imagining. Basically, here is the wall that you have to enter in, and they do kind of sort of lead you through the entrance of this main way, and these are like the fancy shops. You know, this whole area is supposed to be nice, but I didn't know how to represent the niceness of this when really I need the castle to be extra nice with the gardens and everything. And then this first street and second street are still pretty nice, and then as we move out to 4th Street, this is supposed to represent the house, which is like a sort of transient home and also the house of these assassins, right? And then if I were to like go out further, you would see that although the place is safely within the walls of the capital, you know, it's just, I don't know if you can tell. I had different options, so I used some like fancy towns here, a little bit less fancy, and then these are supposed to actually be like ruins. And then again, okay, the house. So while this is a decent visualization of, you know, the main capital area and all of the places that we mostly visit over the course of the novel, it is not actually like the kind of map you would put in the front of a book. Some other things to note is that this has like kind of like stereotypical fantasy world. Again, mine is based in the desert with these dunes, and although they have a lot of really cool options, there are mountains and hills, and I guess I could use hills for the dune kind of, and like I used a mixture of those trees, and then, you know, I could put a dead tree or something. It's also just like, I know I wanted like to make a walled city look, which you can't do as easily with these options currently, though I, you know, did my best attempt. I think the other thing is that my personal visualization of it right now is just trash because it's the first time I'm doing it. You can move things around, you can do a lot of really cool stuff that I think if I knew more, and also if I was just better at visualizing, again, let me show you my map. This would actually look really cool, and I've seen it look really cool with other people. I would not, this doesn't look really cool for me. That might not necessarily be what this map system is supposed to be used for. It's supposed to be used for the things like the front of the book. Like, where's a book that has a map? Like In Truth Witch, we have all of the witchlands and you're shown the borders. I didn't do anything with borders here because realistically, other than the actual wall that surrounds the capital that kind of is slowly moving outward to encompass more of the places like the sticks, it's only one realm that I'm covering in this story. That's all there is. So the use of this, it doesn't work quite the same, though this is a really cool map. Or, like in Cinda William China's books, you know, here, where you have multiple different places. Like, I think this map system, I think all map systems are better built to do that than what I attempted to do with it, which was just a visualization of what the capital looked like. Like, I wanted to try and show that there were like streets in the grid system, but there was no place to put streets in the way I wanted to, and I think I might be able to color the map a little bit differently, but every time I attempted to do that, I couldn't get it to work. So the question is, what's the problem? Is it me or the map? And I'm leaning towards it's me. And all of this is so interesting because I think I said it at the beginning of this frickin' video, but I thought that it was going to be so much easier because my world was so simplistic, but what I'm actually finding is that because there's not many places other than streets within the realm of the capital walls that I'm really trying to like delve into, it's not as simple, it's not as easy. I think I might have a better job doing this when I'm trying for the Meridian maps where I have so many different realms. I have different bodies of water and, you know, kingdoms and queendoms where like the geography and the topography would look different. I think that's really where these map places come in handy. Again, I feel dumb. This is one of those times that I can't tell that as soon as I stop recording and I like edit and post this video, if one of y'all is going to comment down below and let me know how I could have done this in a better way. Or maybe it's just not something for this story that's gonna help me. I honestly don't know what it is because I've thought about this freaking video since my lovely patrons voted on it, and now I'm just sitting here like, nothing that I thought up I was ready for what I came up with. Okay, so I tried again after the fact just to make sure that it wasn't just me effing everything up, but no, I think it is actually still me effing everything up, but I did it a little bit differently this time. Even still, to try and get things to scale with the castle being this way and like trying to come up with some sort of wall system, I put a tiny minuscule thing down here to represent the sticks and potentially how long it would take to get to the castle. If you can imagine, you know, thousands of people here and then like it takes this long, but it still just didn't seem to represent the way I wanted it to. Also, much like drawing for me, I feel like I spent way longer, maybe not on this one, but I feel like I spent way longer on this than what I actually have to show for it. It is useful in some respects though, because I think I will do a better job of explaining the distinction, because as my main character is going through the streets and the different rows, she notices frequently and pretty early on the difference between how the people inside of the castle, built into the mountain within the capital, how they live versus how she lived in the sticks, and then how, as you move backward, like the different class systems and how they're treated and how they live and how shitty the way it is when she'd been told all her life living out in the sticks that the capital was some great place, and she realizes as she explores farther back onto 4th Street with the house and 5th Street and 6th Street how she was lied to and how she was misled and all this stuff. So it is nice to have that sort of visualization, but it was kind of something I already knew too. So man, is it this story? I'm hanging my head in shame. Do I even post this video? I don't know. And it's not even like it's Incarnate's fault either. It's my fault. Ooh, okay. I'll download it. I'll download it because why not? Look at that. My downloaded map. I'll see as the month progresses how I think this helps me. Please do comment down below. Let me know if you create maps. Do you do it by hand? Do you do it on a certain program? Have you either bought the program or do you have a free program you like to use? For my patrons, maybe I'll do an extra live stream this month since I failed this so spectacularly. I apologize. You know, yeah. And for everyone, please do let me know what stage of your prep you're on. I think this was meant to be step 5 of my own prep, and I did have step 4, create a timeline, which I'm still in the midst of. But creating a timeline is actually something that I'm going to be toying around with as the rest of the month continues, as I add more stuff in. So maybe the map can be something like that too. Gosh, we're really gonna see. Step 6 though is actually to create mood boards potentially for my characters or for my overall story for the first time. Could fail that one as spectacularly, but you never know. And then step 7 is create playlists, which I know I can't fail. I can do that. I've done that before for stories. So yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. Despite my struggles, I really did have fun with it. And gosh, we don't have much time left until NaNoWriMo starts now. So I will wish you all the best on your prep, and I'm gonna get back to it myself. Bye. So, wow. Okay.